I'm Jordan alongside Shep. Now welcome to the program. We're not talking about him as a player. He's more analyst role today. Jimmer Fredette joins the program from Denver. Jimmer, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you guys doing? It's snowing pretty well here today, so I know you guys got smashed the other day.
Yeah, we got it over the weekend. Not so much now, but Saturday night certainly. BYU didn't get smashed, but it was a tough night in the Marriott Center to one lose and two. Kind of the last couple of minutes got away from BYU. Certainly Trevin Knell was unbelievable in this game, but there wasn't a ton more. What do you see in the first Big 12 game ever for BYU men's basketball?
Yeah, obviously a lot of emotion. BYU and The Rock was going crazy. They were excited. They've been building up to this moment for the last 2 years, knowing that this was going to happen. So I think everybody was on edge, ready for this to go. And sometimes that happens. You have a little too much adrenaline at the beginning. Your shots go a little bit long. It feels a little bit different than your normal games that you've played in so far. A little bit more hectic, and that's just kind of how it goes. And then you try to settle down into it and go. But Cincinnati did a great job of just slowing the game down, I thought. It's such an interesting thing because in the Big 12, most teams are pretty run and gun, kind of like BYU is. But I feel like Cincinnati is the most contrasting style that BYU will play against. They like to slow it down. They're just a gritty team that's going to play hard defense and want to score in the 60s, 70s like it was. So they controlled the tempo, I thought. And, was a tough game, but there's no reason to necessarily panic as a BYU fan or as a team at this point.
Jimmer, BYU shot 46 threes, and I'm going to assume that to your ears, that just sounds amazing to be able to shoot 46 threes in a game. Look, the way I look at it is, I know a lot of people, every team wants balance. You want to have a little bit of balance, but this team is built to play like this. They're built to shoot like this. The shots just didn't fall. Any concern on the live by the three, die by the three situation that we're seeing right now?
There's always a little bit of a concern because if you aren't making them, obviously it's going to be difficult to win basketball games, especially in the Big 12. But that's, like you said, that's the way they're built. They have a lot of guys that can catch and shoot the basketball. But the thing that I'm most concerned about is that not all of those threes were quality threes, right? Not every three is created equally. They're getting a lot of threes up, and the best threes that they get normally are in transition. So if they can get a stop, get out in transition, find Trevin, find Noah, find Jackson, some of those guys in the corners or running the wings, they're getting really good shots. They're moving the ball. I saw a couple great possessions in transition where they're passing it. Then there's a swing into a wide open shot. That's when they're at their most advantage. But towards the end, Cincinnati did a good job slowing it down, making shots, getting fouled a lot, making BYU play in a half court. And then at that point, we have to find a guy that can generate good threes if that's what we want to do. Not necessarily just shooting it, but being able to create for other people. And I felt like we didn't get great threes towards the end of the game. We were kind of just shooting them up. And because of that, I felt like we were shooting a lower percentage.
Yeah, and that happens, right? It's like in football, if the quarterback threw 40-plus passes, it probably means you were trailing by 2 scores late and you're chucking it. BYU ends up chucking it late there. BYU third nationally in the amount of, the percentage of threes against all shots, second nationally in the amount of points from threes. BYU seems to get to the rim and has good cutting with 5 out with Ali, Khalifa, and whatnot. And it seems like sometimes they get to the rim to draw that defender for a three. Does BYU need to consider maybe going up on that shot at the rim a little more? Or was this one game and we shouldn't panic?
I think it's a little bit of both. We shouldn't panic, obviously, like I said in the beginning. This is a winnable game in the Big 12. There's not going to be many games that you play that's easier than this, per se, which is, the testament to how good the Big 12 is. But at the same time, I think we need to try to get to the rim, try to finish, but also sometimes, those guys are lengthy, they're athletic, it's hard to finish. Maybe create a little bit more fouls. I thought the discrepancy in the foul count being 24-10, I believe it was, towards Cincinnati was a huge deal, right? They were able to make a ton more free throws. I think they made 19 out of 24 or something around those, where we made 5 out of 10. That's 15 more points that they had from the free throw line. So if we can generate some more free throws, be able to get to the line. Obviously, we're not shooting amazing from the free throw line, but I think we have capable free throw shooters that if they get to the line, get into the rhythm, that they can make those. So I think that's something that we need to focus on, maybe drawing a little bit more contact, getting some more fouls. And then that's going to create guys being able to help. We can kick out for more open threes. But yeah, getting to the rim, getting fouled is something that you can do, especially when you're not shooting the ball great.
I know overall it was an off night for a lot of guys. One of those guys was certainly not Trevin Knell. What did you make of his performance? The 9 threes and Jimmer, it looked effortless. He was so locked in.
Oh yeah, he was locked in, and you know how that feels once that ball goes in. You get 2, 3 in a row, and you're just like, all right, this is going to be my night.
But we have no idea.
The thing about it is like,
come on. You know, we have no idea.
Jeremy, you did it the other day. You did it the other day at the gym. I know
I did like once in a blue moon.
Yeah, no. But when you're locked in like that, not only are your shots going in, but I believe a lot of times you make the right play. So, you know, in that case, I feel like we need to try to get that ball to Trevin as much as we could, because not only could he shoot the ball, but if he was getting to the basket, he would make the right play and guys would overhelp, and then he could get it to the right people to get over open, easier shots. And sometimes that's the way that teams play, especially when you're shooting the ball so well, to be able to get the ball and then be creative. You're aggressive. You're kind of in a zone, and the right play finds you when you're in that type of rhythm. So yeah, for him to be able to get the ball more probably should have happened down the stretch. You know, but he was out for a long period of time. I think it cooled him off a little bit. But at the same time, you know, I feel like we needed to try to feed him the ball as much as we could, because it was effortless last night for him.
Yeah, he sat out for 5:50 game time. It felt like maybe he comes in a little sooner than that. Maybe he knocks down a 3. Once he hit 9, which is tied for the most you made in a game, right? It felt like there were like 10 minutes left. I thought the record was going down. Unfortunately, he doesn't get in and make another one there. But do you think this year that record goes down? We've seen Jackson Robinson with 8, Trevin with 9. Do you think at some point, I guess we're in Big 12 play, but it happened Saturday, that someone makes 10 or 11 in a game?
I mean, it's definitely possible with how many threes that they shoot and the guys that are such good shooters. It's possible that it could happen. You know, that record's going to be broken at some point, whether it's this year, next year, the year after, whatever it is. I mean, with the amount of threes that this team is shooting, it's going to happen. So, but just to go back to Trevin's point, I mean, you know, he was out for 5 minutes, and I get coach. He was, you know, he said he had a good match. He wanted these matchups, and you know, felt like this was the right play at the right time. So I get it, and you know, that's what coach wants to do. At the same time, if that was the case, then I would have tried to get Jackson Robinson going at that point. Right, he only had 7 shot attempts, I think, during that game, 2 for 7. And I said this before, you know, earlier when I was in studio before that. Sometimes when you're coming off the bench, you don't get the shot attempts that you would if you're in the starting lineup. So I feel like when Trevin was out of the game, Jackson was a guy that could have gotten going. We just didn't know if he had it that night or not, because he didn't shoot the ball very much. So he needed to try to get him, I think, more involved if Trevin is out, make him the playmaker, make him the shooter and scorer, see how that goes, and then continue to get Trevin back in once he tries that out. So it was definitely something that I was looking at.
Up next, BYU heads to Waco, and it'll be a completely different style of team than what BYU faced against the Bearcats. What are you looking for BYU to do in order to try and bounce back against the Bears on Tuesday night?
Yeah, for BYU, it's short-term memory loss. That's what my brother used to always tell me every time I shot a shot. If I made it or missed it, it didn't matter. The next one was going in, right? So this is the same thing in this situation. You know, you learn from your mistakes, but it's over with, right? There's nothing you can do about it. So now you go on to the next opponent, which is obviously a really great opponent in Baylor. But it's a similar style of play. They're going to be more run and gun. I think they're averaging 88 points per game, and they're first in 3-point percentage in the country, I believe, which is incredible. Obviously, they're shooting the basketball extremely well. That's something that BYU likes to do. So it's going to be a battle of 3-point shots. Whoever's making them, whoever's generating good 3-point shots and making those high percentage is probably going to win this game.
If BYU upsets Baylor on the road, does that make up for the Cincinnati loss?
I wouldn't say it makes up for it, but it definitely helps, right? You know, like I said, Cincinnati at home, that's a winnable game. That's a game that, you know, you would look at the schedule and be like, all right, this is the one that we need to win. But at the same time, once you go into Baylor, and if you beat Baylor, that's a top 15 opponent. So because of that, you're going to be able to, you know, get the quad 1 win. It's going to be super important. But like I said, in the Big 12, you're going to take your lumps. You're going to lose games. It's okay to lose games. You just have to be prepared, have that short-term memory loss to come into the next game and be able to be prepared and have the right mindset to go win that game. So it wouldn't completely erase it, but it would obviously help, and they can move on a good note going to UCF. So.
All right, Jimmer, besides family home evening, of course, will you be tuning into the national championship game tonight, and who you got?
Oh my goodness, yes, of course. I'm a massive football fan, big college football fan. So I'm locked in. I have a good friend actually from Colorado that plays on the Michigan football team. His name is Andrew Gentry. He's a good family friend of my wife's. So I'm probably going to be rolling with Michigan. Hopefully they can get a win. But obviously Michael Penix Jr. is incredible. He's been playing unbelievable, and they're fast, and they can throw and spread it out. So it's going to be contrasting styles. I'm excited to see it, but I think Michigan's going to take it, and their defense is going to just overpower a little bit and get to the quarterback and then run it out. So I think it's Michigan.
Whoever wins, they're finally going to join BYU in having a not split national championship since in the last 40, 50 years. Andrew Gentry, by the way, the Church did an article on him. He's single. He's in a bishopric in his singles ward. Jim Harbaugh was asking him about that the other day. Pretty cool stuff. Andrew repping with Michigan, which is pretty cool. Jimmer, we appreciate the time. And I did want to ask you how often you dust off the Naismith over your left shoulder there.
Oh yeah, every day come in, squeaky clean. You know what I mean? I got specific stuff to put on it. So
of course.
No, it's hanging out there. I mean, I'm lucky that it's still standing with my kids jumping on all of my stuff and hanging on everything. So yeah, I'm trying to just salvage it and make sure it's not broken at this point. So
well, I think you have the best Zoom background of anyone
ever. Yes, that's amazing.
It looks great. The lighting's amazing. Well done by Whitney. And
appreciate that.
We appreciate it, Jimmer. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Jimmer.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We'll talk to you soon.